Hey everybody, my name is Mark Purser. I am a meditation teacher in the Yogic Meditation tradition, and I've made this short video basically to give you an explainer on what Yogic Meditation is, how to understand what it involves, what a practice looks like. The simple answer, Yogic Meditation is basically meditation in the yoga tradition. So the yoga that you know, most of which we practice in the West, is very physically focused, has a long history of meditation. In fact, long before it became a practice of physical fulfillment, it was a practice of mental refinement. And that lineage continues through today. So what it actually involves, if you're going to do a practice or come to a class or do a course, essentially there is a practice of asana, so posture. Physical practice is really important. Not in the same way that you would go to a regular yoga class and do heaps of physical practice. Basically looking to just bring balance to the physical body. And really we're just looking for comfort. In this practice, we're just looking to bring balance and comfort. The next thing you might do is some philosophy. So philosophy is really important part of yogic meditation. We challenge the mind and we give ourselves, essentially philosophy becomes the roadmap. And we'll look at things like the witness, this idea of duality, the observer and the observed, purusha and prakriti as it's sometimes called, and cultivating the witness, the observer. And this is a capacity, this is a skill. So we'll explore the philosophical framework and then we will supplement that with practice. Also things such as yogic psychology is really important, how the mind works, and yoga has a very comprehensive understanding of how the human condition functions and how we navigate our way through this world. And we've got to understand it to change it, essentially. Karma, the law of action and consequence, really fundamental to this. Also the law of dharma, righteous path. And a lot of the work that we do is getting clear on what our right path is and empowering us to take the steps to get there. There'll be another video on that. That's a whole subject matter unto itself, but really important to know. Yoga nidra, as far as practice goes, yoga nidra, for me it is heaven. You know, yoga nidra for me is the practice that enabled me to personally break through so much which was getting in between me and fulfillment and progress in meditation. And the problem for the large part was stress and anxiety, and I wasn't able to easily slip into meditation because I was too tired, too worn out, too much thinking. Yoga nidra is the counterpose to modern life. It is sometimes called sleep of the gods, where we're able to deeply relax, and that's what most of us need most of the time, is deep relaxation of the physical body, deep relaxation of our nervous system, and ultimately deep relaxation of the mind. And that is going to enable us to take further steps with our progress in meditation. There is the capacity in Yoga Nidra to get deep into the subconscious mind. So it's not just a precursor to meditation, it is its own practice. It is its own thing. And Yoga Nidra on its own is truly wonderful, and it can take you to realms that, in my experience, no other practices can. You can get really deep into the subconscious mind, again this field of karma, samskara, beginning to understand the motives that are driving us from the subconscious mind. I could talk about Yoga Nidra all day, and I will at another point, but for right now let's talk about breath work. It's getting a lot of traction in the modern world, and with good reason. Breath is the key that opens the door, that takes us through to this space where meditation becomes effortless. And I think that's one of the points with meditation. There should be, in fact, the definition of meditation is when applied concentration becomes effortless. So we practice dharana, applied concentration, as a way to get to meditation, but for a lot of people that's hard, and when we get there it should just be sublime. Pranayama is the key that's going to make it sublime. It's going to get you there so much quicker. We look at vitalizing practices, and I've created some categories here. This is the way we sort of lay out. There's a whole series of practices that we work with, and I've just created some categories to help define them for you. Vitalizing practice, which basically invigorate prana, invigorate your body's energy system. And then we're looking to balance. Nadi Shodhana is a great practice for balancing energy, balancing the body's energy system. Tranquilizing practices is various ones, just to settle the mind in a very sort of acute way. ultimately we're looking to bring control to the energy field. That is the definition of pranayama, is prana being energy, yama being restraint or control. We're looking ultimately to bring control, mastery to our own pranic energy field. So meditation is in many ways the cherry on top of the cake. And as I said, it should just become effortless. You do all the work to get there. Meditation it just happens. For a lot of us, it just happens. There's various practices, dharana, focused attention meditation practices, concentrating on a mantra or a symbol or some such. There's various techniques we use there. Mindfulness, becoming aware of our field of thought. Again, the patterns that, tapping back in here, the patterns of consciousness, the subtle impulses that drive us. We've got a practice, antar mouna, which is a mindfulness practice we work with a lot. And for me, it's a really important one to help understand more of the subtle motives and more of my reactions to things. Again, this idea of developing the witness is a really important part. So there's a lot of crossover with all of these philosophy and techniques. They're not just theoretical, they're very practical. As I said, very practical. It's awareness in action. Yogic meditation is a practice for life. It is a practice of taking meditation off your cushion. Essentially, that's just the training ground, the warm-up. You take your practice and we take it out to whatever life we're living, and hopefully supporting us to become more relaxed, more centered, more steady, enabled to make better decisions, more quality decisions, and empowering us to live more richly fulfilling lives, improve our relationship. The benefits of regular application of this practice are profound, massive. If you'd like to know more, check out some of our other videos or come and see us at one of our courses or classes. I'm offering classes regularly in Byron Bay and elsewhere. Would love to see you. If you've got any questions, just ask below in the comments. Hope to see you soon.